Hi, everyone. My name is Stassi. Thank you so much for being here today. I have the amazing OG Sims, and I get to interview them today. I'm so excited. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm great. I'm happy I'm standing. I was at a wedding last night and it was an open bar. And I'm gonna sit here and tell you I enjoyed that open bar.
I bet you did.
I don't want to say I got white girl wasted, but that would absolutely be a lie. But like how you like when you go to a wedding, like you gotta have fun. You got like, especially after the last 18 months, like where like there were no weddings.
I've never been to a wedding in my entire life. I know, it's weird, but it seems a fun experience based on what you told me.
Wow.
Never.
Wow. That's
Well, I'm 22, so
okay.
I guess I've got plenty of time.
Oh my gosh, you're such a baby. That's so yes. Okay. So when I was 22, I went to a lot of weddings because I worked them. I used to make wedding cakes in a past life.
Ooh.
Yeah. So a lot of people would just invite me to the wedding because when it comes to cutting a wedding cake, it's very important to know where the sweet spot is, because if you cut the wrong spot in a wedding cake, the whole cake will fall over. So basically, I'm just there to say, wow, just cut right there. And they're like, right there? And right there. And they're like, great, you've done your job. Go enjoy the bar.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I want to see pictures.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. So before I went into marketing, okay, so actually before I did marketing, I went to school to be a graphic designer. And then they told me to don't be a graphic designer. They're like, you have the eye, but you don't have the skill. And they're absolutely right. So then I did a year of marketing because I'm like, social media is not going to go anywhere. If anything, it's going to get bigger. So I'm like, let's, turn this into a job. And then it was okay. I'm not a big social media person. Like my personal life, it's very, if you have to go to my Facebook to see what I'm doing in my life, then you're not my friend. So anyways, so like I live a very, not that I'm private, but like.
Well, Facebook these days, I guess, is to a bit out of everyone's, I don't know. I don't really use Facebook that much. I use Instagram.
Yeah, like I'm very active on Instagram, like my Sims Instagram, but like my personal stuff, it's very minimum. But like Facebook, this like for right now is for people above 50 and businesses. It's kind of really what Facebook's for at this point. So anyway, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go into culinary because I love decorating cakes. So I went and did pastry. And I went to go do my pastry exam, and then they put me in fine dining by mistake. And they asked if I wanted to do it. And I said, I mean, I'm here. It's a 12-hour exam. Like, I'm not going to go home. So I did it. I loved fine dining. So then I moved from pastry to fine dining. And then I did that for about 4 or 5 years. And then I've worked in a lot of restaurants. I have my seal. And I had to make the hard decision to not be a chef. I want a family. I don't want to be married to the job. I want to come home at 5:00 and have, and one day soon have a family. And when it comes to a chef, you're married to the job and it's a 16 to 17-hour day. And God bless the chefs out there. I couldn't do it. So I went back to marketing and now I'm here. There you go.
That's great. So you're the one who cooks the best dishes at home, I guess, right?
Yes.
You're the one who cooks.
I'm literally in people's phone, the chef of the house. Is my thing. I love cooking for people. Like, honestly, like it's what I live for. So like we have a Friendsgiving coming up in a couple weeks. I'm so excited because we didn't get to have Friendsgiving last year, but I love cooking like a big turkey dinner and all the sides and all the desserts and all the pies and the cupcakes. See,
wow.
my cupcakes are a showstopper, and I will still say that to this day. I have clients because I've literally said I'm out of the game. I don't bake anymore. But I will still have clients text me years later. can I get an order of your chocolate peanut butter cupcakes? Like they're showstoppers. So if we're ever, if I ever get to meet you in real life, I'll make you a chocolate peanut butter cupcake and it'll be a showstopper.
Please do, because here in Italy, it's so hard to find cupcakes.
Really?
If you want to eat them, you have to cook them. And I tried. I mean, I don't really know how to cook besides cakes, cupcakes, pancakes, if there's any cooking behind them. But yeah, if you really want to taste cute and good cupcakes, you have to cook them by yourself.
Well, I mean, after this, I can pass you along my recipe. It's good. Or anybody who wants to know my recipe, I'll pass it along. I mean, that's the whole point of cooking, right? Like my fiance is like, he's like, you got to start writing stuff down, because like, he's like, eventually we're going to have a kid and I'm going to have to do more of the cooking. And yeah. So like anyone who wants my chocolate peanut butter recipe, that's not it. Anyways, I feel like we should talk about Sims. I feel like this has just been a really fun segue. So how long have you been playing The Sims?
Okay, so I'm 22, but I've been playing since I was a kid, but only like normal stuff. So you create a family, then you live with it, the cheats, money cheats, lots of them. Mm-hmm. And but when I was a kid, I found on YouTube a Sims series. It was a horror movie in 4 or 5 parts. Mm-hmm. And I was like obsessed with it because I'm a huge horror fan, and it was a series kind of like mine based off Scream. So I was there so obsessed with this series, and I started to switch my gameplay from playing in a normal way to starting to think about movies with The Sims. But eventually I stopped playing. Then when Sims 3 came around, I started again, but it was so next generation that I guess my PC at the time couldn't really play it. So it was Sims 3 to this day. I think it's a bit hard to run on computers, even if you have like a high-end computer like I have today. Mm-hmm. And then Sims 4 came around. It was like a new everything. If I remember back in the day, it was like 2014, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's either 2013, 14. It just had its birthday, but I can't remember when because I want to say it's 7 years old. I want to say that, but I'm not 100% sure. Hold on. What did we do before Google? What was our lives? Okay.
I don't know.
Sims.
I think 2014. It's been so many years.
Oh yeah. Like, absolutely. Because like, if it's 2004, if you're 22, you would have been like 12 or 13. I guess
it was my first year of high school.
I was like, is that math? I think that's math. Yeah. September 2nd, 2014. Wow.
I remember.
7 years.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyways, so it's been a long time. So your thoughts on Sims 4? I'm sorry to interrupt you. Did you like Sims 4?
Oh, I liked it. It was new. It had a lot of controls. You could personalize everything from starting with the create a sim. You could everything about the face. I really liked it. But in the end, I stopped playing it because it's not really my type of game. I prefer adventure games, action horror games like Tomb Raider and everything that's out of life simulation games. But like 1 or 2 years ago, I installed Sims 2 again because I don't know if you remember, but when Sims 4 came out, Electronic Arts gave away free copies of The Sims 2 and all the DLCs if you entered the code. And I entered it because I love The Sims 2. And then I had it there. Many people don't have it anymore because they stopped giving it away.
Yeah.
But I started playing it again because I prefer it sometimes to 4.
Okay, I was gonna say that you just answered my question because I've asked this to a couple of machinima creators because a lot of machinima creators like I either want to work in Sims 2 or I want to work in Sims 4, and the Reaper and all your series are in Sims 2. So what's the difference you find between Sims 2 versus Sims 4? Do you find it, you obviously like Sims 2, do you find it easier? Because like the thing with Sims 4, there's so many mods. There's so much CC. Do you have that same luxury when you're working in Sims 2?
Okay. So I have to say that I'm starting right now to switch a little bit into Sims 4 because before I was used to Sims 2's controls, everything, my mods, the animation boxes, because in Sims 4 you have the animation player. So either you download animations or you enter with the keyboard the game's original animation text. In Sims 2, you had animation boxes. So you clicked it and every animation came out and you could select which one you preferred. So I was used to everything and I was a little bit scared that if I tried to go with Sims 4, it would be harder because I really didn't know everything about it. But Sims 2 has like everything from 2004 till today. So you have the animations, the makeups, the clothing. I sometimes I go on Pinterest and I look for Sims 2 CC. So I have a lot on the Sims 2. I have a mods folder that is like enormous. But I have to say that it's I didn't expect that, but I'm kind of liking Sims 4 more.
Okay.
Because I found out that I can make my CC, my animations with Blender. That is 3D program.
Yep.
And I used it. I used it all my life. So when I found out that I could use it for Sims 4, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. So I already made my animations, and as you know, I'm already making a movie with Sims 4.
Yep.
And it's so much nice to see. I mean, Sims 2 has its aesthetic, but Sims 4 is like a new chapter, I guess. It's so a bit more realistic, and it's much easier to make your choices, make your CC. Whereas in Sims 2, it's really, really hard. I couldn't really ever get into it because you have to write a lot, code everything, use old programs, and it's a mess. I can't do it.
Of course. I mean, that absolutely makes sense. Now, moving forward, like other series, so if there is another Reaper, would you keep it in Sims 2 or would you move it over to Sims 4?
That's a tough question. I have to say that I already made the characters in Sims 4. But I'm still debating whether using Sims 2 or 4. But the Reaper 3 right now is a bit far away. Before I'm thinking of doing other movies. So I guess I have time to decide whether me or also the audience likes 4 or 2 the most.
Okay. No, I definitely like that. And I forgot to ask you the first question. I feel so bad. Tell me a little bit about yourself. I just thought about that like halfway through. I was like, I did not start with that. Because you said you did Blender. Like, you've worked with that all your life. Like, do you work in animation? Like, are you in school for that?
Okay. So first of all, I told you I'm 22.
Yep.
I don't do this for a job. It's all a passion. Okay. I studied languages, I don't know, in high school. So we studied German, French, and English. But I'm like a computer nerd. I've been all my life, and I've always played video games, always been to the computer when I was a kid, when I was, in high school, all my life. I love computers. And I love video making. If I had to say what is my first passion is video making. So I also have a YouTube channel in my personal life, where I do vlogs with my boyfriend, with my family. And yeah, I was always using Blender. I learned it myself with watching tutorials on internet. So not very complicated things I can do, but I know the basics. I know how to work with it a little bit. And so it's not my job. I'm actually a receptionist in hotels.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes. Because I live in a seaside country, so hotels are the main kind of job you have here. Tourism is the main source of income, I guess. And I've worked in hotels since I was like 17.
Oh, wow.
But right now, my sisters have taken our grandma's hotel, and we started managing it. It's the second year, and I'm always in the reception.
Oh my gosh!
So I'm a receptionist.
No, that's awesome though. And like, I can tell that you love it. I can tell the passion, and I can tell you have the passion for, making videos. I mean, hey, like, you're young, you're 22, like have that fun. Like, honestly, like, I can't tell. I'm gonna tell you, when you get older, it does get harder. Because when you're touching closer to 30, things get a little bit more tougher, but enjoy your early 20s.
I hope not, but because I mean, I know I get what you're saying, but I don't really know because I'm 22, so I don't know. But kind of something has changed in these years, because when I was in high school, I used to do certain kind of videos, maybe more fun, more stupid. But right now, I switched into making something more personal, something that I kind of makes my YouTube channel like into a diary of my life.
Yeah.
So I also talked about some deep things that happened in my life, because it's like a way to speak, to free yourself from all the things that you're keeping inside. But yeah, it's as the years go by, it's like I feel much more comfortable behind the computer than in front of the camera. So
well, I mean, thank you for doing this today. I will say, when it comes to YouTube, it is very freeing. And you can say, and you can talk about, maybe what's going on in your day, what's going on in your life. This happened to me in the past. And it's just something, after you're able to admit it and to share that with your followers, or just really with anybody, you can kind of move on. And you kind of get that, like, that monkey off your back. And then it's okay to talk about it. It's no longer a secret. And then you're just able to continue to grow. And I think that's one of the things I like about YouTube, is where it's a platform where you can share what you want to share. And I think something that, like, I tell YouTube creators who are starting off, I'm like, don't let the haters dictate your day. Like, honestly, I've just started my channel, and I've heard you talk too fast, you have a stutter, put some makeup on, you sound like shit. It's just, and I just let it roll off my back at this point, because I'm like, you don't know me. You don't know what it takes.
No.
What it takes to put in a video. You don't know all this stuff. So
no, but I guess some people are fast to talk with behind the screen with their keyboard or with the telephone, but it's just some people are jealous. They're jealous of us, of what we're doing, and some people just like to put us down to feel happy. I don't know why, but I've also had a lot of people insult me because I was when I did my first video with my boyfriend. I remember a woman who was the mother of a kid my boyfriend was teaching. He was helping with his homework. She was the first comment on the video, and she texted like, you suck, you're horrible, I can't believe you were with my kid, you taught my kid. And we were like almost crying. But in the end, you gotta, I guess if you like to do what you do, you have to forget about things like this, because who cares?
Exactly. Well, that's exactly it. Like, I'm so sorry that happened to you, and that's not cool. And I think that's the thing is I think everybody just needs to take 3 big yoga breaths, and everyone just needs to take some Molly and calm down, because like everybody is at a solid 10 out of 10 all the time. There's not like everyone is just ready to fight. Like someone says something bad to you, you're like, let's go. And like,
Yes.
there's too much extremes. And even on both sides, like I think we need to come back to a little bit more of a neutral, and it not be so like F you and F this and you suck. And I
Yes.
think like, no, no, no. Like it's a video. It's like, I understand like maybe like this person's hurting in real life. And like, that's just like if they're hurting, they want to make you hurt, but that's not okay. Like if you're hurting on the inside and you think it's okay to, leave a horrible comment on someone's YouTube video, you should seek therapy or seek to talk to somebody because there's something wrong. And you're taking your anger out on somebody who you don't even know because you think it's okay because it's behind a keyboard and you're never going to talk to them in real life. But what they don't understand is those comments, like they hurt you. And
I agree.
it sticks with you and it stuck with you because you that's how you think people think of you. And that's not true. It's one person that thinks like that. And their opinion doesn't matter.
I agree with you.
Yes.
Also, you can just downvote a video. You don't have to comment it if you don't like it. Downvote it and move on with your life.
Exactly.
Everybody's going to be happy.
Right. Exactly. Just like, be like, there's some YouTube videos. I don't like it. I don't downvote it. I do anything. I go, oh, it wasn't my favorite. On to the next. Yeah. That's like, it's the universe for all too. Off to the next one. Anyways, I feel like we've had like 3 segues of like life talks, but I really like this because I wanted to create this platform for, Simmers, talk about their lives and talk about their experiences. And yeah. Anyways, Sims,
Okay.
I want to hear about all the machinimas you've made. So starting from the beginning, like how many have you made and which one's your favorite?
Okay. So the first one was obviously the Reaper first, the first one. And it started really like a joke. I mean, not a fun joke, but I made the first episode. And if I look back now, it's not even the best. The editing is not, sometimes it's a bit off. And also the music choices. I mean, it was done just for playing. And I posted it on OMG Sims channel. And I kind of forgot about it. Like a month or 2 after, I don't really remember, I made the second episode. Then for like a year, I didn't post anything again. Then kind of a bit like during the first quarantine, during when COVID broke out, I started playing again and I started posting the other episodes. And it was fun because we were all at home. We couldn't do anything. All I could do was like play Sims. So I have to say that I didn't really have a story written down. Like only the first episode I had wrote down into paper, but everything else just came out from my mind when I felt like it. So if I didn't like something or I would read the first comments, I would like also change a bit of the story based on people's predictions or what they think, what I thought of it. Then when it ended, I wanted to do another story because by then I loved playing Sims. I loved making the movies. It became like addictive. So I made Camp Blood, which is the second movie I made, and it's always a horror movie where a group of teenagers go into a camp where they have to work their summer, but a serial killer starts killing everyone. So it's like always based in slasher movies, horror movies, classics. And this second movie, Camp Blood, is made of like 5 episodes, but also I made 4. Even like with the Reaper first, I made 4 episodes. Then summer came out and I had to work, so the final episode came out after like 4 months, I guess. And then The Reaper 2, which started in January this year, if I remember correctly. But Cam Blood 2, it wasn't a hit like The Reaper, because I guess I didn't really post too much about it also on Instagram. Maybe it wasn't the right period, because October is the best for this kind of movies. But then, well, The Reaper 2, I already had my characters already established, my setting, my stories. And when I was showering, I was thinking about how can I make The Reaper 2 more interesting? What can I write? And then the episodes came out much more regularly. Not like the other two movies. I guess I had some episodes coming out like 1 week, because there was always this lockdown. So we were home. I was bored and I played a lot of Sims. And then halfway The Reaper 2, I started thinking about having voices in it. So it wasn't born as a voiceover series right away, but it became one halfway past it. And if I have to say my favorite movie between the three of them, okay, I love all of them. Also, I love The Reaper 2, because The Reaper 2 is the biggest one I've ever made. But the first one is still holds a place in my heart, because it's my first
near and dear, right? Because it's your first one. And
yes.
I can say I'm very happy that you put up voice actors, because this is how we met.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, me too.
Yeah, no, I saw your post. I was driving home from my fiance's parents, and I was like, oh, there's voice acting. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. And I'm like, okay, well, I want to try out for this. And I didn't expect much, because I sound like a 15-year-old girl, like a girl from the valley. So it's just like, I don't know if they're gonna cast me or not, but whatever, it's fine. And you're like, yeah, you're Amy. And I'm like, I get to play the lead. That's my first acting show. Oh wow, my ego just wow. But
if I have to say the truth, I mean, I also liked your attitude. You came with your audition. You were very happy to try out, and I've met so many different people while doing this project, and some of them would like text me and tell me, okay, I mean, then when it was time to send their auditions, their recordings, they would disappear and never answer my emails. So I was like, I can stand another one doing this to me, but you were like extra energy, and I love everything about it, because I think Amy's character, she is an energetic person. I don't know how to say it. Yeah, she's fun. She's an amazing person. She has this personality that it's a bit hard to portray, but if you're happy to play her, if you kind of became her character, and I liked everything about it.
Well, oh my gosh, I'm blushing. Thank you. I have done a lot of stuff in The Sims for the last like couple months. Like I've been in a couple other machinimas. I do a podcast. I've been interviewed. I'm going to sit here and tell you, playing Amy is number one. And that's no bullshit. I would be so stoked, because I'd get your emails. I'd be at work. I would print them off at work, and I would read them on my, because I would just close my office door, and I would just be sitting reading. I'm like, okay, Amy is going to sound like this, and just like all this type of stuff. And I was so excited. And like, that's why I'm like, any projects like you want to do moving forward, I'm right here, because I loved working with you. You were very professional. You were very nice, very kind. And I just had so much fun reading your scripts. You're a very good storyteller and a writer and a director. And I had such a pleasure working with you.
Thank you so much. Now I'm blushing.
You're very welcome. Okay, I got a couple more questions, and then I'll let you go on your merry way. So I want to talk a little bit more about The Reaper 2. Yes. Let's just dive into that.
Okay. So what can I say? Okay, we all know. I guess we all know the story. It's a sequel to the first one, and we have our returning characters. They're trying to live their normal life. So we've got Carter, who's been into a facility to work with his issues after surviving the murders from the original. So yeah, I have for the first time actors playing these characters. Like, so you portray Amy, and some other amazing people. Really, they worked hard to not just read their lines, like you said earlier, to study the character, to make it original, make it their way. And I loved everything about it. And if you remember, I always wrote into the script that you could change some words. You could, like, also because I'm Italian. So what I write, maybe sometimes it's like reflected in the way I speak in my mother language.
Yep.
So maybe who knows better can tweak something, can change a few lines. And I think this also helps make more authentic, more unique the way you speak with your character. And I was saying that it became a voiceover project halfway. And I started posting on Reddit, on Instagram, also on YouTube. And I was like, how can I find some actors who can help me out with this project? And at first, I mean, Reddit helped a lot. I don't know. I guess you use it more than we use it in Italy, Reddit.
Yeah. It's definitely very North American. I don't particularly use it. But yeah, like that's literally people find everything is Reddit.
Okay. Yeah. And I use it also in English, because I'm not really much into the Italian culture. Also on YouTube, on Instagram, I watch videos in American videos. Also, sometimes from Canada, I watch Canadian movies, maybe because they make a lot of them in Canada.
They really do, because like I'm from Canada, and like tons of movies are like, I'll be the same, like, oh, that's Toronto. I've been there. I'm probably an extra. Like, it's there. It's because Canada gives a huge tax credit if you film a movie there. Yeah. And Quebec, which is it's a province in Canada, so it's one province over from me. That's where like the biggest movie post-credit companies are. Like any HBO project, any Marvel project, any Disney project usually goes to that production company. Yeah. So like a lot of stuff's filmed here, and it's either in Canada or Australia. The last 18 months, it's been Australia because they've been open for filming. Well, the rest of the world's been closed. Yeah. That's why like a lot of movies are like, oh, I didn't realize this movie was going to be outside. It's because they could only film in Australia. Yeah. But anyways, I feel like we got off on a tangent there.
I don't know. And then the Reaper 2 had so when I found out a bit of more actors, I had someone drop out, but like main character. I'm sorry to say it, but like we were 2 episodes away, and then he, for personal reasons, he dropped out. So I had to. I'm not going to say which parts I had to record, but I guess if you have a nice hearing, you look after it, you find out which one I feel. But then it was really sorry, it was really fun to do it. It was not originally filmed to be with voices, so I had to edit a lot of parts out, just because you had to sync your voice with the character speaking. And in Sims 2, they always kind of speak in the same way. I mean, they like always doing these animations where they move their ends, just like me. And it was fun. I also changed some things from the series, because I posted it like in a weekly format, episodic. So if you go right now to my channel, you can find part 1, part 2, 3, 4. I think I can leave them there because if you want to watch a movie with the voices, you can watch it. If you like to watch it split into episodes, you have subtitles, you can watch it like that. But in the end, I think it's going to be much better with voices, with the way it's meant to be in the end. And I'm proud of it. I like exported it the 1 week ago. And when I started working with all the episodes, it was like 2 hours, past 2 hours left. Yeah.
Wow.
And now I think it's 1 hour and 50 minutes.
Wow.
I would have never guessed it. I was like, when did I have the time to create all of these videos, all of this story? Because I never really written anything about the story. It's all in my head. All the choices. I would turn on my computer, start playing Sims 2, and think like, okay, what happens next? What can I do? And I had some characters that I really, really loved. For example, like Amy. Amy became like a fan favorite for everyone because also another actress, she plays Carter's mom. She said in her interview that Amy was her favorite character.
I know.
So, yeah, Amy, but also I like Jessie.
Okay.
Jessie and I also have my favorite character, obviously. And sometimes I guess others maybe more favorite than the protagonist, which is Carter.
Mm-hmm.
I guess his story is so tragic that you find very small things that can make him your favorite character, whereas Amy has her story, her personality, and Jesse also with the secret stuff, all of that. But also Logan and Toby. All these new characters that I made, I was happy with them. And so when you have to kill them, it's really, really hard and sad because I was like, I can do so many things with them, but they have to go for the cause.
No, of course. There's definitely a lot to unpack there. I think you did a really good job creating all your characters. I am very biased. I said in my interview, Amy is my favorite. I think she is great. Now, I definitely think like Carter, it's a sadness there, but I don't know. I didn't like Trevor. It was
Me too.
Yeah. But see, you betrayed it so well. Like the characters you wanted people to like, you like them, and the characters you wanted people to hate, you hated them.
Yeah,
and that's really good storytelling, right? It's really, really good storytelling because you get so immersed into your characters, and then when you have to kill one off, you're like, but I made them. And they had more potential. Like, what if I didn't kill them off and we could do something else? But you're like, no, I'm very, very excited because I've seen the episodes. Like I watched them out because like when I would record, I would watch the already pre-episode because I wanted to see what was going on in like how Amy. Yeah, it absolutely helps, right? Because so super really fun fact about me. So I'm dyslexic. So it's really hard for me to read something and for me to understand what I'm reading. I understand that there are words, I understand, but they're like I could read a sentence and I may not understand the emotion behind it. So I went and I watched what you've already done so I could see how I would portray Amy in each scene. Because I was like, oh, okay, so she's being sassy here. I'm going to be sassy, or she's being very remorseful. I'm going to be remorseful. She's like, or she's just being her normal self. Wow. That's how I was able to portray her because I wanted to make sure that like I got the character right, like for each scene.
Wow. Thank you for sharing this with me because if I have to say, I would have never guessed because you read your lines very naturally, and I don't think I ever asked you to repeat a line or something. They were fine. And I think people are going to think the same about them when they watch the movie and they hear your performance. Also, your followers too can. I read some comments that they can't wait to hear you. So
yeah, no,
fun.
I have like this. I have like my little support system, and they're so excited. Like they are like, I want to see this because it's gonna be so good, and I'm so excited to see it live. I've cleared my day on the 10th. I got a big bowl of popcorn waiting for me. I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna watch it. I'm so excited.
Well, I think that it's also like the first time in a while that someone has made a movie with The Sims that's so big and so ambitious. Like having, I mean, I watch some series on YouTube. They're made with Sims 4 or 2, yep. But they're like always episodes, not like one movie, one story, almost like you're watching a real movie, but not, obviously not. So it's kind of something I'm also looking forward to October.
I love it. Now, I have one final question. Is there anything you want to plug? I feel like this is the perfect opportunity.
Okay, so some projects maybe for the future. I can. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you already know something about them. Okay, so of course, Reaper 3. Yep. I wanted to come out. It's coming. I also announced it on Instagram. Mm-hmm. It's not coming this year, maybe next year. When I find the right story for it, because I don't want to rush things. I'm not in a very easy position right now because the way it ends, it leaves open for some kind of twists and turns. So people will find out. But I also announced back when I was still using Sims 2, but I guess I will be switching to Sims 4. Mm-hmm. A series based on, it's not horror, it's like drama, teen drama. And it's based on a story I wrote when I was in high school. I had to translate it because it was in Italian, but who cares? and I am, if I can announce it, I am creating a short movie for this Christmas with Riley Tate, which is and yes, she's a simmer like us.
Yes.
And yeah, we met through the Discord you created. Yeah, we all met there, and it was like the right opportunity to create something special with someone's creativity behind it. So she is really good at writing.
Isn't she amazing? So I just hosted a roundtable. It's like a couple of weeks ago, and we were talking about our Sim stories. And she came on, and she's like, I was saying that I was in a machinima, and she's like, well, which one? And I said, oh, I'm in Reaper 2. I'm Amy. And she's like, ONG Tim. And she's like, I'm fangirling. And I'm like, isn't he amazing? And he's like, yeah, like I'm working on a project with him. And I'm like, oh, you are? And she's like, yeah, I met doing this card. And I was like, oh, yeah. So she's super nice. I'm excited. I know a little bit, but I'm excited to see what the script will turn out to be. I'm very excited.
Me too. I remember I approached her because she had problems with her PC, and she wrote it into our Discord. So I was like, wow, I'm going to text her, and I wrote her, would you like to create something together? And I told her I would like to have it be in a Christmas setting, just a few informations, but for the rest, I told her, write whatever you want. Whatever you'd like, just some tips, and we're working on the script right now. She's like really, really good. She's amazing. If I ask her to change something, she won't change it because I said it, but she will try to. I think look into herself and ask her, what can I do? What do I like to do with this change? And she'll do it. So I think it's going to turn out really good. And it's different from the other things I've done. And then another project, which is entirely made with Sims 4. And my sister is helping me write the story. It's a horror movie set in like an orphanage with nuns and creepy stuff. And yeah.
Oh yeah.
Currently it's called Obscure, but maybe it will change. But we'll see in the future when it's ready to be announced properly.
You have so many amazing projects in the pipeline, and I'm so excited to watch you grow because you're an amazing simmer. You're an amazing part of this community, and I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so much.
You are very, very welcome. Well, I think it's like I said, it's been an absolute pleasure interviewing you. And for everybody, The Reaper 2 comes out on October 10th. The links are going to be below. Stop what you're doing and come watch this machinima, because you are going to be shocked by the ending.
We'll be waiting for you.
Yes, we'll be waiting. Absolutely, we'll be waiting for you. But it's been an absolute pleasure. And I want to say thank you so much for casting me as Amy. It was my first ever acting role. And I now have the acting bug. And I definitely want to pursue voice acting as more of a... I'm so
glad you had fun. And it was... a fun thing for me to do, but I found out that it was really also a fun thing to do for the actors. Yeah, so it's really the biggest thing I've ever done with this project, and I liked every part of it. And I just want to say this is like the first time I've ever done an interview like this. You're the first person I know from Canada. And I love Canada, and it's been so fun, amazing. And thank you for interviewing me, for having me here. I'm happy we kind of became friends through The Sims. And
that's what I love about The Sims. I have made friends with simmers all over the world who I would never have a chance to talk to if I never started playing The Sims. So that was very sweet. Again, now I'm blushing. It's the blush off. But thank you so much for those kind words. I consider you a good friend, and I'm very excited for you moving forward and all the good things. And I'm right here if you ever want to bounce an idea off, or if you're like, always. I just want to, I just want to shoot the shit. Like I'm here for you anytime.
I'm also excited for you, for your YouTube channel. It's a new thing.
It is
and
a new thing.
I'll support you in all your platforms. And if you ever want to come in Italy with your boyfriend, you're welcome. I'll show you some places. Deal.
You sold me. I've always wanted to go to Italy. Like that is on my bucket list. So I've done a lot of traveling in my life, but I've never gone like to Europe and like the UK. Fun fact. So that was going to be my honeymoon. I was actually supposed to be married by now, but because of COVID, we had to move the wedding. So now we're getting married next year. So it's now pushed our honeymoon another year because I can't get married with Ontario prices and then go spend $10,000 on a honeymoon. That doesn't work. So I'm like, I just want to go to Europe. I just want to go there. Cause like, I've always wanted to go to Italy. I want to go and have an authentic Italian dinner. I want to sit there for like 8 hours and just shoot the shit. And now I know about limoncello. So that has changed my life. I know that's like such an obscure fact, but now I have a shot of limoncello every night before I go to bed and my stomach never feels better.
Oh my God. It's now you can also learn it's pronounced limoncello.
Oh, yes. Okay. Lemon. Oh God. Don't let my Canadian tongue read this.
I know it's not easy, but it's not lemon, it's limon, like to E.
Okay, limon. So limoncello.
Limoncello.
Oh my God. Okay. I'm going to be so bougie the next time I go to my parents' house. And we break open the limoncello and I'll be like, it's limoncello. Oh God, now I can't even say it. I'm going to have you on speed dial. You're going to be like, can you please say limoncello correctly?
Okay, I'll be there. Yeah.
Anyways, before we have like 6 more segues, it's been an absolute pleasure. And I'm so happy I got to meet you, interview you, be in your machinima. So thank you so much for sitting down and taking time out of your busy day. I know it's a Saturday. It's like 10 in the morning here. It's like probably like 7 p.m. at night. So
here we have, it's like the afternoon. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
It's like almost evening.
It's almost evening. Okay.
Given my mother is in the hospital right now, so I'm like home. I'm watching a lot of horror movies because it's October. So I had fun. I could like pause my day to do, like, I really wanted to do the interview. I was so excited, and I like told everyone, stay out of my room, don't disturb me. And the telephone is do not disturb, because I have to do this. Oh, it's my thing.
Okay. I think I have one more final question. I'm so bad at this. I'm like, it's time to say goodbye. I'm like, wait, I have like 5 more questions. What is your favorite horror movie?
Scream.
Oh, I like that.
Absolutely love Scream since I was a kid, and the new one is coming out in January, and I'm like fangirling any time of the day, because it's the time we all make discussions like when's the trailer coming out, who's the killer, blah blah blah. And also Halloween, which is coming out this October in like 2 weeks. This is my favorite time of the year.
I like a guy that likes spooky season. Okay, spooky season horror movies.
Do you have a favorite movie?
I do have a favorite horror movie. Now, I can only watch it once a year because it scares the shit out of me. But it is Sinister, and it is absolutely petrifying. Have you seen it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It's really, really scary. The monster behind it with those hair.
Oh my God, like, Bagul. I don't fuck with Bagul. Okay. I have nightmares about Bagul all the time. And I'm like, I understand it's like Bagel and it's supposed to be like less scary, but like how he like kills people and then he gets the kids to kill them and like records it and they watch it and then they die horribly.
It's really, really creepy and sinister.
Yeah, no, like I would say that's definitely my favorite. I also like the Paranormal Activity series. I thought that was very well done. I do like Scream. I'm not as big as like Halloween and Friday the 13th. I just kind of really, gory. What's another?
The Conjuring.
The Conjuring. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was like, Conjuring is definitely, I really like The Conjuring too. I've seen that horror movie the most. I'm very excited for the next one to come out. I also saw The Nun and I screamed like a little girl in the theater. Like I'm like the worst. So I'll be sitting, because you got to have a popcorn, right? So I'm sitting having popcorn and I know when The Nun is going to show up because it's either dead silent or they play like like the sinister music and I will know. So this is my popcorn. I'm literally like this. Or I go to my fiance's arm and I like put it in and I'm like, no, it's scary. And he's like, it's not that scary. And I'm like, but it is.
I'll make sure to, in the next few scripts, I'll hide some Nun pictures through the text. So you'll have the time of your life reading that script. Nun and sinister pictures, everything about it.
Oh my God. If you send me a picture of Bagul and I don't expect that, I'm going to scream and I'll be at work and my boss will be like, what is wrong with you now? It's not what's wrong this now. And I'll be like, I just saw a picture of Bagul and he's fucking petrifying. And he's like, this is a job. Like, hold yourself together. But he's scared.
I won't do it.
Okay. Do it once, but don't tell me. Obviously, don't tell me when you're going to do it. Like just literally randomly. Just again. Because here's the thing. I like to get the shit scared out of me because it keeps you on your toes, and that's why I do it. I'm like, I gotta get the heart racing because you never know when a psychopath, crazy person's just gonna come walking out the shadow. Now I know what to do. You don't run upstairs. You don't run to the basement. You have a good phone with good cell service and you call 911. Okay.
You're right.
Here's the thing.
People should learn from this.
Right? Because everyone always says to me, they're like, Stassi, you would be a final girl. And I'd be like, I would not be the final girl. If you look at me, I'm the one that gets sacrificed first. I'm usually,
No.
oh yeah.
Well, Amy is the final girl, so you're
I
kind of like
know.
half and final girl. You just have to be one in real life, but I guess now it's fine with the with the character with Amy.
I remember, so before I actually like got the script and I knew what happened to Amy, I was like, I wonder if she's the final girl or she's gonna die. And my fiance's like, she's probably a final girl. I'm like, she might not be. She's a blonde. Final girls are not usually blonde. He's like, that's no logic. Like, what are you, that doesn't make sense. I was like, it makes sense. If you watch enough horror movies, the final girl is never blonde.
It
And I'm
makes
like,
sense.
and then at the end, I'm like, she was the final girl, broke stereotypes. I like it.
Always
Always.
being different.
Anyways, I feel like this should be the actual time I sign off this time because it's only been 3 times before. Oh God.
We talked a lot. It was fun.
Yes. It's yes, it was a pleasure. And again, thank you for taking time. And I had a lot of fun this morning. I love doing these. I love giggling. I think that's the best medicine is just having a giggle. So thank you so much for taking part in this series.
Thank you, Stassi.
Oh, you're very welcome.